Ladies and gentlemen, we made it 2 months through, and we have finally made it to the last Future State book I will be doing a review for. I'm going to miss it. I liked a lot of these titles. I liked a lot of the creative teams. I think I'm going to do a video and maybe next week where I talk about my overall thoughts on Future State and if it was successful. But I just wanted to say, this is the last Future State book I'm talking about. I can't wait to talk more about DC because they got a lot of cool stuff coming out. But let's end on a high note, a very high note actually, because we are talking Aquaman issue number 2. This was amazing. Man, it's so good. I love it so much because it did two things I really like. You're bringing back the Aqua Kid, which is Andy Curry, a character I'm really liking, and I think this is a great portrayal of her. And you are finally letting Jackson Hyde be the grown-up, the adult he is so desperately needed to become. I don't understand. Like, I know he's like one of the few characters that's in like this weird spot where he's not really with like Dick Grayson or Roy Harper or like Garth or Donna Troy. He's also not really with like the Tim Drake era of characters. He's kind of like right in between them of not being like on like that. He's like, it's weird, you know, like he's not like a Dick Grayson Titans. He's not a Tim Drake Titans. He's right in the middle of the two. It's weird. I'd say kind of he's somebody maybe like a Jason Todd age where it's kind of less than but older than some. I don't know. It's weird. So the fact that we're letting him be Aquaman makes me be super happy. So this issue, we do pick up where we left off in the last one. Jackson is still captured. We know that the Aqualass is coming to save him, but we haven't found her yet. And this is kind of like from the perspective of Andy Curry, how she gets to find Jackson. It's pretty exciting. So she drags herself back onto shore, and her leg's gone. I was curious to see what was going to happen with her leg. It's gone. It's bleeding into the water, and we get like this sound where she sees Jackson leaving, but like there's this voice that's following her from like these weird creatures that live in the ocean, and they're just like seeing her leg, and they're like, maybe we should go and kill her. Like, it's a bleeding creature. We should just go kill her and take the leg. But Andy is freaking out, and she's just like, this wasn't supposed to happen. This is not supposed to happen. This is really bad. Like, somebody's got to help me. Like, Jackson, you have to help me. And like a big sonic energy comes out of her head, and she takes one of like the weird fish. I think they called it like a glibber fish. She takes one of them, and it morphs into her leg. And then suddenly all the other fish are like, what the hell did this lady just do? She just took our brother. And she's like, look, I'll give him back, but first, I gotta go find my brother. Okay, so let me go do that. And we see a montage of a couple pages where Andy is getting herself together. She's building her raft. She's getting ready to sail out to go find Jackson. And we get a couple flashbacks to her training with Jackson when they've been away for the 6 years. We see, like they're hunting to catch food. She's learning how to build her own bow and arrow to hunt. And, it like snaps that she's trying to do that. She manages to cook some dinner. And all the while, the glibberfish are like, give us back our brother. We will come for you if you don't give us back our brother. We see her, like de-escalating some tension. Some different creatures come up to attack her, and it's just really interesting. It's all together with some really nice art, and one of the things I really like about the art in this book is the way it just perfectly blends in with the colors. The colors are like this beautiful bright world. It's looking like a tropical island paradise, and the way that the art just has like this dynamic look really benefits the colors. It just all looks great. The backgrounds are fantastic. The areas, sometimes they look kind of painted in this like beautiful mesh of colors. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I just think the way that like Andy's hair plays off the background being like the only red thing with all this blue, it looks amazing. I think it's really cool. So yeah, we see Andy fighting a few creatures that are trying to steal her food and take her raft stuff. Then we see her like going for perseverance when she's training with Jackson to like control her powers. We see like a big tidal wave from the glibberfish trying to attack her, but she pushes it away and it destroys all the stuff she built herself to survive. So she's like, fine, I guess I'm gonna go now. So we see her swimming away. All the glibberfish are like, okay, now that you're going, can you give us back our brother? And she's like, I told you a long time ago, I will give you back your brother once I find mine, okay? So quit asking me to do that. And she just sails off. She's just swimming away. It's looking pretty cool, and eventually she does find where he is. So we see like her training for the past little while, and it actually looks pretty cool. It's like the montage of the 6 years, like she's going through all these different destinations. Like we see like her fighting like pirates and fighting like tigers and riding sharks and stuff, and it looks pretty cool. And suddenly in the last 6 years, she does find him. And he's like, okay, I could wait and plan something accordingly that could do something good, but like I've been searching for a long time. We're going in now. So she controls a bunch of fish. They go in for the kill. They're taking things down, and we see that inside the base that they are attacking, that Jackson is fighting his way through, kind of like where we ended things last time. He had the suspicion that Aquawoman was coming to find him, but now he's like, okay, for sure. So he's kind of getting beaten down, but in comes Aquawoman. She's looking great and tough, and he's like, oh, it's about time you're here. So they get into a fight, and he's like, wow, you really, how long has it been? You look really different. And it has been 6 years, and you see that, like, the whole time, Jackson has been here, like we saw last issue. Now Andy's catching up with that, and she's just getting ready to kill everybody inside that took her brother, and I like it a lot. Like, she's bashing in their helmets, taking them down, and it's Jackson who has to stop to be like, this isn't our way, this isn't what we do, just release them and go. So she uses her water powers, pushes them into the water. The two of them start to get away after taking out the last ones. We get a nice page that looks so nice where the two of them are swimming up with all these creatures below them. That's gorgeous. That is gorgeous. That is one of the most beautiful pictures I've ever seen in comics in such a long time. Like, I want that framed somewhere. It looks so gorgeous to see those two swimming up. And they get to the surface. They're all good. Andy's like so angered and so mad at everything going on that she's still controlling the fish. And, you know, Jackson's just like, you have to let them go. So she does, and instantly she breaks down crying, and you're just like, it's okay. You know what? We survived. We're okay. We found our way back to each other. We can find our way back home. These are the things we have to do. And you know what? This is just what the Justice League do every other week, so we're going to make it through here. We'll be okay. And it's like, cool. That's where the book ends. We don't see them make it back home. It just kind of ends with the two of them in the great oceans, like everything's fine. You know, we're together. We'll get through this again. We could get through the confluence. We'll be okay. And it just ends on a very high note that makes me go, we should really follow up on this team, man. Oh, it would be so nice to see more of this. I really liked this book. I'm really happy that they decided to give Aquaman a book, because I think out of everyone in the Justice League, it's a title that could have been skipped for the future state stuff, but I'm like, yes, of course it would be Jackson Hyde who becomes Aquaman. That's really cool. And the fact that we made Andy Curry and now we can see her become the adult here, I think that's really cool. I'm wondering, because she is a contemporary with characters like Yara Fleur and Jonathan Kent, if in the modern era we are going to age her up a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know. I mean, it'd be cool either way, but I'm just happy we got this book because it looks great. Every piece of the coloring is fantastic. Every page is dynamic and gorgeous. The writing is very cool. It gives you new respect for both of these characters, and you're seeing a different type of Aquaman and Aqualad like relationship that we haven't really seen before. I think it's really cool. The character designs for some of the creatures are just so fascinating and unique, and I just love everything about it. This is the kind of stuff I kind of want from my Aquaman books. You know, it's like this highfalutin, you know, sci-fi epic adventure, but it's in the bottom of the sea and some weird stuff. I could see more of this. I'd love to see more of this. I really hope we get another Aquaman book coming soon. I wouldn't be surprised if we get one called Jackson Hyde Aquaman, because I think that'd be really cool. Great stuff. So, Future State Aquaman issue number 2. I am going to give a 9 out of 10. Now, thank you guys so much for watching this review. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, Patreon, Twitter, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you in the next one. Have fun. Stay safe. Good luck.